Hi Taurus, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. So please don't forget, my readings are for your sun, moon, and ascendant. So whether this is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is for you. And please don't forget to check out all three so that you get a clearer picture of how they speak to you and which one resonates more with you. So before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So please don't forget to check out my new channel that's dedicated solely to meditations, guided visualizations. There's loads more coming, and there'll be shorter ones as well, which will be coming very soon. Link is in the description box below, and if you want to book your personal reading, they are back. They are open once more. You can do so on the link in the description. So your key to the week this week is the Hanged Man. And this really basically says to you, this is a week for you to take it easy. It's a week for you to take things slow. Don't rush anything, don't force anything, don't push anything this week. This is a week where you really need to just see things through, or more importantly, sit with them as they are. Whenever we take a moment or take a breather, right, when everything in life kind of speeds up around us, the best thing that we can do is slow down, because that way your reactions to things are more measured, they're more tempered. And finally, for a select few of you, this week is going to reveal to you where you are either overly giving, where you do too much for others, or where you kind of slip into, you know, self-sacrifice mode or martyrdom. And these aren't, you know, there's nothing noble about that, you know, and this is something that I think a lot of people in the modern world really struggle with. You know, we think we're supposed to just give and give and give, and you can't give from anything that's empty. So pay attention this week to, you know, where it is that maybe you feel some kind of resentment, where it is that you feel, you know, that you're being taken advantage of. The reason you feel that emotion is because there is something that's out of balance, and it's likely to be that you are giving too much. Only you can stop that. Only you can realign that by saying no or putting your foot down. For your actions and options this week, you have the Ace of Wands. Beautiful. It is time, my dear Taurians. Not necessarily something that you're known for, but this is a week for you to get creative. Whether this is putting pen to paper, whether it is working on something of an artistic or a creative endeavor, whether this is just surrounding yourself with some sort of beauty that gets you inspired, this would be a really great week for that. If there are things that you watch or things that you listen to that really inspire you, this is what you need to do. This is about you cultivating that spark of inspiration and creativity within you. This is a week where you're being urged to delve more into that. And remember, it's the Ace of Wands, right? So whatever project you're hoping to begin, this would be a time for you to start really hashing out or sketching out the plans. Don't go mad and start, right, this week I'm literally doing this, I'm going to launch a business. We're in a Mercury retrograde, so just be aware of that. If you are launching something new, it doesn't say that you can't, it just means that you're going to have to be a little bit more cautious, especially because you've got the Hanged Man there, right? And that can sometimes see us being a bit like, ooh, you know, like we're big into the fantastical, but we're not really seeing the grounded aspect of it. This is one of the reasons it asks you to stay still and observe how you really feel about something. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Two of Cups. This is beautiful, especially coupled with the Hanged Man. For those of you that are in relationships or kind of, you know, maybe doing a little bit of flirtation here and there, if there is somebody around or somebody in your vicinity, this could be a really beautiful week. There could be just a really powerful and wonderful sense of true connection this week. So if you're in a relationship already, this could be a week where you're just really wrapped up in each other, and there's a really strong sense of, yeah, this is my person for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then for those of you that are maybe single, this is just, again, like this could be you maybe speaking to somebody who is a flirtation or there is a possibility with, and you realizing, wow, you know what, I actually feel like I resonate with this person at a really deep level. You know, I don't want to say at a soul level, but for some of you, it may really feel like that. Remember, the Hanged Man card, aside from all of its other associations, is a very spiritual card. So, you know, this is really nice. Now, when it comes to work, I mean, all of those things. The only thing that I want to say to you this week, you could just be so like in the love sphere and like, do you know what I mean? You could just be feeling that like, oh, you know, isn't everything and everyone so wonderful? And, you know, you could be putting that out, but you might not necessarily be getting it back from everyone. Certainly from, you know, personal partners, it's there. But, you know, outside of that, just be cautious, all right? Now, for those of you that work for somebody else, this could be a really good week, because it means that the way that you're communicating, people actually understand it. It's like they're taking it on board. People like your ideas, especially anything that comes from a more sort of creative element to you. You know, and every sign has creativity to them. You know, nobody is devoid of creativity. We're not all, you know, interpretive dancers or you know, musicians or whatever, but everybody has creative talent or ability. It's just about finding the way that you truly express that. Tap into that this week, especially for those of you that work for somebody else, because your ideas will be well received. For those of you that are solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, you work for yourself, own business, it's through your connections with others that actually resonate with you that you could get ahead this week. One thing that I do want to urge you against though, whatever ideas come to you that are sort of cooking in your own personal cauldron, they're not for sharing this week. The reason I say that is because you may be very disappointed if somebody pinches that idea, and it may well be possible. Not in the here and now, but certainly at a later date. So whatever your ideas are, just keep them personal this week. And then for those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, this again, you know, finding your connections, finding your collaborators, finding your tribe. This is a week for you to get out there. Now, even if you can't do that physically, find a way to connect to communities that resonate with the things that you want to do or feel drawn to at this moment in time. For your money and materials, you have the Five of Wands. All right, so again, through maybe as well, and I said this for, I think it was Aries, this week, you may have an opportunity to turn a competitor into an ally, which is great, right? Which is really, really great when it comes, especially when it comes to the finances. I just want you to consider what that's going to take. If the costs don't outweigh the benefits, then yeah, go for it, right? When it comes to your physical health and vitality, dance, get into, stick the music on, go wild, get your body shaking, get your heart pumping. Anything like that this week is going to be greatly received by your physical body. And this would be a really good week as well for you to maybe think about, you know, anything as well that's going to strengthen your back, the muscles in your back, your spine, all of that stuff. And then for your home and, you know, your home environment, I mean, this is coupled with the Ace of Wands. If you have a family, this would be a really great week to do something active, fun, and creative as a unit. If it's just you on your own, then this is a really good week. Find a way to bring the outside in. For your love and relations, you have the Death card. All right, so this is right underneath the Two of Cups. So this is really weird because literally the word that just popped into my head was a sibling. Now, for a select few of you, this may be either a feud or a challenge that's come up with a sibling. Remember, your love and relations isn't just about personal relationships. This may be a feud or a challenge that you've had with a sibling or, you know, somebody in your family. It doesn't have to be a sibling, but that's what came to me. This week, that could come to an end. You know, maybe somebody says, look, you know what, I want to bury the hatchet. But remember, you've got the Hanged Man there. This is going to ask you, do I feel like doing this, or do I feel like I'm being coerced to do this? Something that really needs to be considered this week. For your those of you that are single, I mean, if I'm honest, it just because it's the Death card, this is not really a week for love. All right, there's a lot of other stuff going on, and there will be time for that later. Trust me, there will be time for it. For those of you that are already in relationships, I've already talked about this. Again, if there's a feud or a challenge between you and a partner, this could be a week where things are mending. And like I said, I mean, for me, just with that Two of Cups, I really feel like this is going to be a great week for those of you that are in relationships already. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.